Hello Logic language learners. So today's video is a recap of what appears in previous videos on the subjunctive, but a combination of the fact that it's exam time, and also I had a request from the marvellous Ginny, who some of you have seen in some of my class videos, and she wanted a video that was just refreshing the irregular subjunctive. So let's quickly make sure that if you've not previously watched the subjunctive videos at all, you are very welcome to watch any of my videos, but I strongly recommend that you do watch them because it just explains what we're doing here. Otherwise this might seem a little bit odd, okay? So this is not your normal conjugation of verbs, not your normal indicative. So please do just go and have a little look at the videos to the side, actually. Or click on my playlist and have a look at the subjunctive videos, okay? So this is for people who understand why we're using a subjunctive, and we'll obviously go over that a little bit. But the point is we are talking about irregular subjunctives. So what I would call an irregular subjunctive is one where you are not going to be using the classic spelling of the they form of the verb, pretty much basically, when you replace the endings with your classic subjunctive endings, which are E, ESE, IONS, IEZ, ENT. So with most of your subjunctives, that is what you would do. So you would find so for example, manger, no, let's go with parler, classic normal verb, parle, 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 parlions, parliez, parle. So apart from these two, which look like the was tense, the imperfect, pardon me, it looks like a normal verb. If we had the soft and the hard verbs, which is something that you're used to doing with me as well, if we have, for example, they sell, so ils vendent, ENT, then we would take off the ENT, and this would go here, vend, 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 vendions, vendiez, vend. So with either of these methods, these are what we are going to be calling classic, okay? So irregular is pretty much those that don't fall into that group, okay? And why are they important? They are important because they are desperately common verbs, okay, as most irregulars tend to be. They are verbs that you need to form the past subjunctive with, okay? More on that later. We've already had a video on that, but this is a quick recap. And they are verbs that you want to be showing off in exams because they show that they are really saying, look at me, I know this is subjunctive. Okay, so let's have a very quick recap for Ginny. So I want you to think that there are basically three categories to these irregulars. There's totally new and weird. Yeah, totally new and weird. A new sound. One which is completely, you know, how should we put this? It's a word that you've not come across before. There are ones where it's weird, but nous and vous are familiar. Okay? And we've got ones, how should I describe them? So we've got new and weird. Weird, where nous and vous are familiar, and new stem. So you kind of recognise what's going on, but it's got a new stem. Okay? So let's have a look at these three patterns, okay? So, quick reminder, the main two verbs that you will come across in the subjunctive that are completely different from what you've come across before but also recognisable are be and have. So I'm just going to write them out and we're going to talk about what they are. So firstly, with my method we're going to use sound. So say for me I am, je suis, okay? Now say for me I have to, je dois, D-O-I-S, okay? Now combine that, say for me je sois, que je sois. Now a nice little habit to get into with subjunctive work is to only practice saying them with the word que before them, and then that way you won't confuse in your mouth the fact that you're saying a normal verb, okay? So say for me sois. Sois, sois, sois. Soyons, soyez, sois. Yeah? Not any different from the verb voir, to see, which would give me je vois, tu vois, il voit, voyons, voyez, voit. Okay? So we've got être is going to be soit, 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 soyons, soyez, soit. Okay, quick conversation about this. Already, what can we see? We can see that we have an O and an I, and on the nous and the vous we have a Y. Okay? Now remember, those of you that are learning this, put your eyes down, across, up, whatever. Do not be looking at this to learn them. Learn on sound, okay? The written form is just something that's going to help you write. I know that sounds terribly obvious. I want you to go soit, soit, soit. I don't want you to go soit, soit. Okay? It's not going to help you. So soit, soit, soit. So this is the subjunctive of to be. So let's practice all of this with il faut que je sois. It is necessary that I be there, or whatever, okay? So the first thing is, we're used to verbs in French which have a Y, which vanishes and becomes an I. If we had, for example, the verb to clean, nettoyer, we've had this before, je nettoie, O-I-E, we clean, nous nettoyons. Okay? Well, essayer, to try, vous essayez, okay, with a Y. They try, A-I-E-N-T. So you've seen before this concept of verbs with a Y in French, which will only allow the Y on the nous and the vous. So this isn't that odd. Come with me again, soit, 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 soyons, soyez, soit. So for example, I'm happy, this is an emotion, so that's going to guarantee the subjunctive. I'm happy you are with me. Je suis content que tu sois avec moi. Okay? He's happy that we are here. Il est content que nous soyons là, nous soyons ici, okay? Now, very quickly on this one, why is this one important? We use be as one of our auxiliaries in the past. So very quickly say for me, he has left, il est parti, we have be in the middle. I am happy he has left, je suis content qu'il soit parti. Okay, so you are still going to use be in the middle, you're just going to make this one subjunctive. Good, so come with me one more time. Soit, 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 soyons, soyez, soit. Classic SST, yeah, fini, fini, fini. Yeah, this SST business is absolutely everywhere in French, yeah? The was endings, AAA, AIS, AIS, AIT, SST for you. Good, so être is soit. Now, this one causes problems because those of you that were given a sheet by a teacher rather than learning confuse this with I, which is to go. More on that in a second. So with have in the subjunctive, I want you to think, what is I have? What's the normal form of I have? J'ai. Go long for me on that. J'ai. So I want you to keep this sound in your mouth, A. If it helps you, think of the letter A. A. Okay? Obviously in French that will be an A, but for once I'm going to allow you to think in English. So for example, it will be j'ai, que tu aies, qu'il ait, que nous ayons, que vous ayez, qu'ils aient. Okay? Notice again, Y's on the nous and vous. Notice the different spelling. Only use the spelling when you come to write. Do not use the spelling when you need to remember it. That will just be on sound. A. So we have A-I-E, A-I-E-S, A-I-T. Now the tendency that you read in exam papers is people write A-I-S, A-I-S, A-I-T. And I have just said that you see A-I-S, A-I-S, that you see S-S-T everywhere. Not in this one, okay? A-A-E. So how do you find this at speed when you're panicking? What's the subjunctive for have? What is I have? J'ai. Carry that sound down. J'ai, que j'ai. Que tu aies. So this will sound the same as I have anyway. All you've done is put an E on the end. So j'ai, que tu aies, qu'il ait, que nous ayons, que vous ayez, qu'ils aient. And again, we have a verb which is used in the past. So say for me, he has eaten. Il a mangé. Okay? I'm happy he has eaten. Je suis content qu'il ait mangé. be very mindful that il est, for you, will make you imagine il est, est. Yeah? Like an extra verb. But don't fight that. Allow that to help you. Allow that to make you think, yeah, right, my maths used to saying il est. Yeah, okay. So, for example, it's fantastic he has decided to come. C'est fantastique qu'il ait décidé de venir. So all of the normal things that will give you subjunctive, go and look at the video. This is the reminder of the one to do. So this is a great video because this is a great video. This is a great verb because, like I've said, this is one of the ones that you will use on its own, and you will also use when you put your middle verb in the subjunctive. So I'm happy he has a girlfriend. Je suis content qu'il ait une copine. I'm happy he has decided. Je suis content qu'il ait décidé. Okay, so you will use this whether the have is on its own or whether there's then going to be a past word after it. Okay, so let's move on. So we've done be, we've done have, we've done the main ones. Now, touch your ear, touch your eye, ear, eye, ear, eye. The future block of to go, like I will go, I would go, is j'irai, IR. Okay? Those of you that study Spanish as well will perhaps already notice that ir is the verb, is the Spanish verb to go. Yeah? Voy a ir, I'm going to go. Okay? The thing to remember here is to really not confuse this with j'ai. That's what happens. Everybody just sees a cluster of A's and I's and L's and E's and so have, j'ai. Think of the letter I. Think of I. So it is necessary that I go. Il faut que j'aille à la banque. I have to go to the bank. Okay? Que tu ailles, qu'il aille, que nous. Now, this is the tricky one. This is where we have one of the ones where the nous and the vous are different. Okay? Allions. So if you were to be given a normal verb and I asked you to stick it in, and by normal I mean an a verb, and I asked you to stick it in the subjunctive, what would you do? Everybody would be the same as normal. You just have ion and ie like the imperfect. Mange, 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 mangions, mangiez, mange. Imagine you were doing it with the verb aller. So al, God that sounds horrible. Al, allions, alliez, al. Now let's just change the 1, 2, 3 and the 6. Aïe, allions, alliez, aïe. If you're not comfortable with allions, get over it. No, if you're not comfortable with allions, we could use on aïe. We could use the en form for this. Let's have a quick look at spelling. In this case, we've got the traditional E-E-S-E form, okay, which we've seen before. Yeah, that's not a biggie for us. We've seen that in the present tense normal verbs. Okay, so aïe, allions, alliez, aïe. Okay, so it's fantastic that you're going to university. C'est fantastique que tu ailles à la fac. Yeah, à l'université, à la fac, which is short for faculté. Okay, good. Moving straight on. I had a board rubber somewhere. Here it is. So now for a verb which is classically, once you've got this sound, although it is a new construct, it's kind of in our third group. It's a new sound for you, but the endings and everything else is similar. So savoir is sache. So before I write it out, if I asked you to treat this like a normal verb in the subjunctive, you'd have sache, 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 sachillon, sachier, sache. And I'm not even going to spell that for you because it's exactly the same. Yeah, you've got your sache would come there, your es, your e, your ion, ea, ent. It's just exactly the same. It's exactly the same as all the other verbs. I don't want you to be finding this one through the spelling. Yeah? sache, 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 sachions, sachez, sache. So